if you're in a North Carolina workers' compensation case, you may have had either the insurance company, who are the defendants, or a doctor request that you get what's called an FCE, which stands for a functional capacity evaluation. So what in the world is a functional capacity evaluation, or an FCE? Basically, an FCE is when you go into, usually it's some kind of physical therapy. There are companies that do FCEs, but basically you go in and do different types of work, different types of lifts, carrying things, squatting, bending, twisting, trying to hold weights above your head, picking things up off the floor. You do all of these different tests that are being evaluated and observed by a professional, and they, in their observations and in their objective tests, which they at least say are objective tests, will determine what type of work you can do going forward. So usually an FCE, functional capacity evaluation, is requested when the doctor has said you are as good as you're going to get. You've reached what's called maximum medical improvement. At that point in time, they will request an FCE. You will go and perform that FCE. It usually takes probably sometimes up to 3 hours. It's exhausting because you're lifting a lot of things, twisting, bending, like I said earlier. And then at the end of that, they'll run a report and say, okay, here are the types of duties you can do, and here are the limitations of those duties. So an FCE is very, very, very important because it will help determine what limitations you have going forward at your future places of employment or your current place of employment. And so it's always encouraged that you contact an attorney if they have scheduled you to have an FCE or a functional capacity evaluation. Talk to an attorney so you know what your rights are, and you make sure that you protect yourself before heading into that FCE.